What's going on, guys? MDOP from the Battle Axe, the Strongman Gym in Miami, where strength is everything. Coming at you from www.thebattleaxegym.com. You see what I did there? At the Battle Axe. Follow me. Duh. Just hiding myself. I can't even reach my back anymore. There it is. Making a video based upon a comment I made on Facebook about strength and being a CrossFitian, and you know, this is something that I've talked to a bunch of times, and I've actually have had to explain this comment often to people, and about proper training, proper training in strength as when it comes to CrossFit. Why do I choose CrossFit? Because that is a huge amount of my clientele, is that I train a lot of CrossFitters in strength. A lot of the people that actually come over to the gym are actually ex-CrossFitters or decide to start doing more strength, powerlifting, strongman, etc. So my gripe isn't necessarily against CrossFitters. It's just because that happens to be the subject of the day, except by it being myself. So when it comes to this comment, this might be the second time I do this, maybe the third time that I do this for strength, is that I would do it in any kind of sport in general, any kind of fitness sport, except maybe hardcore endurance running, maybe triathletes. Even then they do some cross training. What I mean by strength training is actually there's a difference, and I've explained this a few times, and where I get a constant amount of clientele explaining to me that, especially CrossFitters, that they're going to stop doing strength training to work on their conditioning or their gas tanks or to get better at wadding. And that's something that I have a big problem with, because I normally don't tell people that they're wrong anymore in certain things, because, you know, in the long run, to each their own. If that's making you get off the couch and be healthy and just, you know, be active, whatever, man, do whatever you want to do. But when you either come to me or you want to be a better competitor and you want to be strong, then what I really suggest to you guys is that you reconsider that statement, because it doesn't really matter if you're coming to the Battle Axe or not. This is not the point of me saying, oh, well, you know, you stopped training at my gym, that's a big mistake. It is a big mistake. But in general, I don't care, because a lot of people train strength in their own gyms or boxes, and they stop doing them for some reason and start just working on their gas tank. And this is one thing that makes me crazy. When it comes to improving your gas tank, when it comes to improving your conditioning, there is a difference between heavy strength training and maintenance work. Now, what you want to do during the opens, or if you make it to regionals, even then, it's a short-lived time, or if you're just getting ready for a competition in general, whatever, there's a difference between maintaining your strength and trying to get stronger, like in an off season. If you're in an off season, a lot of your reps are going to be triples, doubles, heavy singles, high, heavy accessory work, really hard conditioning at the end, secondary movement that's very heavy, and you should be being pushed by your coach to do very heavy 5-6 minute rests, a very heavy double, to the point where when you're done with the max effort, you're pretty much shot. You're done. You're doing other movements and you're done in about 30 minutes after your lift. When it comes to in season, and if I was going to say any time in CrossFit that people are in season for something, it's prepping for a big show in your local area. Here in Miami, it'd be like Crush or Wadapalooza, or stuff like that, or in the opens when you're in season. Now, I've had this discussion before. Just like a football player does not stop strength training during the season, or a rugby player, neither should you if you are a CrossFitter. Two scenarios: either you're one person that's gonna make it to regionals and possibly the game, and that means you're like the 1% of the fucking world, so congratulations. Or number two, you do this to be competitive and stay fit, maybe make it to regionals, and just stay competitive and healthy and strong in your local area and be really good at what you do. If that's the case, then there's no reason why you should put a stop to your current training that's giving you gains, maintaining your strength, making you stronger in your lifts, just for something like the opens, which is really a simple WOD once a week that you can take a day off before and then just do it. I mean, they're not as extensive, they're not crazy heavy, but if you do make it to regionals, the first thing anyone that comes back from regionals finds out and feels is they need to get stronger. That's The number one thing when somebody comes back from a big show or regionals or the opens, if you make it, not the opens, the games, the first thing they need to really assess is, wow, I need to get stronger. Unless you're just maybe the 5-10% of CrossFitters out there that are extremely naturally gifted in strength, then you should really consider maintaining your strength, not going for singles and doubles. Talk to your coaches. It doesn't matter who you're coaching. You are probably not strong enough. So maintain that strength while you're working out, so when you're done with the opens, you can go right back to where you were. In fact, you might even hit some PRs during your opens because you're maintaining your strength. Sets of 8, sets of 12, maybe 75-80% of your 1 rep maxes for some serious reps. Sets of 5, get crazy, make a weird number like 6 or 7. Work on the good accessory movements, a lot of band movements, get that muscle pump, that blood flow. There's a lot of things you should be doing to maintain your strength during anything, which leads me to the point of the gas tank. If you want a better gas tank, then you need to maintain or improve your muscular system, your strength, which is the foundation of your fucking cardio system. I don't know how to explain this to anyone, but if you want to have a better cardiovascular system, you need to be strong. You don't need to be strongman strong. You don't need to be a powerlifter strong. You don't need to be going for extreme 1 rep maxes and negating your cardio. But if you're somebody who wants to be strong and fit, which is the point of CrossFit, then you need to maintain and improve your strength while doing your cardiovascular system, so that as you get fitter and you can run more and you can sprint more and you're looking leaner and you're lighter and you're faster in gymnastics and barbell and in the bar, you're not decreasing in your strength, which is the typical pathway of most CrossFitters that want to improve in their sport. They do strength for about 3 months, then they're like, oh, I'm strong. Then they go, oh, I need to work on my gas tank. I need to get my wadding up. I need to go ahead and do more wads. So what do? They let go of their strength, maybe once a week, maybe never, and start wadding. So their cardiovascular system starts improving slightly. They're getting leaner, but at the price of their strength. So when they get to a competition and the reps are like 315 bar or 225 bar, they're getting exhausted. They're getting gassed out. Their 1 rep maxes, never, not even in their sight. They have no idea of it. So their overall strength starts to decrease. So their cardiovascular system is now at a staple, just a stuck spot, a plateau. So what do? They come back to strength. Then this starts to happen. Then they're like, oh, well, it's time for this competition, so I got to stop strength training, so I got to improve. No, that's not how it works. You got to do both, and you got to maintain both. Cardiovascular and cardio and gas tank work is a lot about mental toughness. You need to get in that gym. You need to get on that fucking rower. You need to get on that jump rope when you're tired and you feel like puking and you're done lifting weights. You got to take a break for 20 minutes and then get on your shit and start rowing, start doing metcons, do quick sprints, high intensity interval training, go for a freaking 10K row. Do whatever you need to do, but don't negate your strength. That is the foundation of your cardiovascular. Did you hear that shit? That is the foundation of your cardiovascular system. So whether you're training at the Awesome Battle Axe or at your local box or at 24-hour fitness, do not negate your strength training. It is easy to get back on the cardiovascular horse. It is very difficult to get your strength back when you lose it. And as the older you get, I'm turning 30 this year, believe it or not, it is hard to get that back. It is hard, especially for a woman, because women don't have testosterone naturally. So their strength gains can diminish a little faster than a man's. Please keep these things in mind. I know this is a long fucking rant, but I can't express this enough. It doesn't matter where you train as long as you're training heavy every once in a while. It's not the problem. It's not the barbell's fault. It's your programming's fault. Switch the training so it's in season and then ramp it off during your off season. I'm fucking done here.